Happy Vlogmas Day 20, everybody. We have got 4 more days of Vlogmas. Can you even believe it? Because I cannot. Today, we are going to talk about how I haven't stepped on the scale in 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. And why I haven't stepped on the scale in 3 months. And also, we're going to set some goals for 2022 because it is that time of year. So let's do it. The last recorded time I stepped on the scale was for my 11-month update. Not even my 1 year. I did not step on the scale for my 1 year. It was my 11-month update, which would have been September of 2021, and it is now December of 2021, so 3 months. I already have a strained relationship with the scale. I was one of those people who would weigh daily, and when I saw fluctuation, I got very discouraged. So when I started my keto journey, I was like, you are going to weigh 1 time a week. And if you guys have followed me from the beginning, first off, thank you. But if you're new here, also, hello and welcome. I did weekly weigh-ins and weekly updates, and kind of also realized that started to take a toll on my noggin. So I was like, you know what? We are going to go to monthly weigh-ins. We're doing once a month. And that worked actually really, really well for me for however long I did it. I really enjoyed only weighing myself once a month. I didn't feel so stressed out. And I also noticed that my numbers were better and I felt better about the numbers, if that makes sense whatsoever. So when I stepped on the scale the last time in September, I had gained about 4 pounds in water weight and inflammation from getting kicked out of ketosis. And I actually was way harder on myself than I thought I was going to be. I'm a huge advocate for not focusing on what the scale says so much and the numbers, but focusing on the non-scale victories. And it is just such a fight all the time with yourself to kind of figure those things out. And I was just so upset with myself for getting so upset with myself, if that makes any sense. I just told myself, I was like, I need to stop weighing myself. I need to stop measuring myself. Enough is enough with beating myself up over these vanity metrics. And I have not weighed myself or measured myself since. So since I have been taking that break from the scale, I have been more in kind of a maintenance mode instead of a weight loss mode. And that is something that I told myself I was going to do because I had a lot of external stressors in my life. Now, I wasn't going to tell myself, well, you can just go off of keto for the next 3 months and then just restart in the new year. That's not going to work for me. I am a carb addict. I'm an overeater and an emotional eater. That is just going to derail everything that I have done. So I just told myself, give yourself some grace until you get a good handle on this new business. And in the new year, that is when we will refocus our goals on weight loss again. Right now, you're still continuing to focus on your health. You're still eating keto. Yes, it might be a little bit more of a dirty keto, and I have let in a few more non-keto meals, but I by no means have gone off of keto completely at all. I've had very minimal non-keto meals and very minimal dirty keto meals. I am still really focused on fueling my body with the best things that I can. I am just not obsessing over the numbers. So that kind of brings me to my next point of setting some goals for 2022. I was just going over my content calendar for 2022 and I was like, I have not made my health and weight loss goals for 2022. Now, I do want to actually set kind of a weight loss goal. I don't necessarily want to say that I want to get down to like a certain number, because I feel like at different phases in our lives, we feel better at different numbers. Like when I was in high school, I think after high school, actually, before I had my son, I was 170 pounds. And I just felt a little bit, I don't know, I didn't feel my best. I also wasn't losing weight like with keto. It was with more of like the low calorie the low fat, work, move, all of those kind of things. So my initial weight loss goal when I started this entire journey was to get to like 180, 175. And I feel like that is a good goal, but do I really want to put a number on it? Or do I just want to, I'm just going to lose another like 10 to 15 pounds, because then that will put me in like the 50, 60 range. And I do feel like I was about 50 to 60 pounds overweight. The next health related goal though, I want to incorporate more home exercises. I've shared this with you guys before. I am a licensed physical therapist assistant. I do love me a good workout. I understand all the benefits of exercise, but I do think it's important to take our health in chunks so we don't get overwhelmed and we don't just stop doing things. So I really have not been focused on a workout at all. I do live a pretty active lifestyle. I showed you guys in my one of the Vlogmas days, I will link it in the cards above, that exercise comes in all different shapes and forms. I am outside a lot and things like that. But I know that there are some targeted exercises that I, for myself, need to do. I have a lot of low back issues from when I was pregnant. I hurt my back, so I really need to focus more on like core exercises, core stabilization exercises. And then also I have some like sciatic joint issues, like my SI and my hips get off quite a bit. So I know that I need to do some hip stabilization exercises. And those I think are going to be a huge priority this next year for me, especially with this change in my career, going from a physical therapist assistant to a dog groomer. It is a lot harder to figure out like the body mechanics and things like that, and just kind of all that weird stuff. I'm getting too much into my therapy head right now, but I just want to focus some more on those exercises. And yeah. Oh, I want to do yoga too, because Kelly and I love doing yoga together. We're terrible at it, but we do like to do home yoga. So just the gym is not my scene very much anymore. I used to be a gym rat. I used to work at a gym for a long time. So this is what works for me, and that is what I'd like to incorporate more in this next year. Last year, I did not track like my glucose. I did not track ketones or anything like that. I just got a ketone meter in September. I had just gotten a meter in September, and I really just kind of want to play around with it a lot. I don't necessarily think that you need to measure your ketones, but I'm going to do a whole other video on that. But I do want to spot check myself more. And I'm very curious about what my specific blood sugars are doing. So I do want to, one of my health goals is to kind of monitor my glucose a little bit more this year, just to make sure that I am staying in healthy ranges, because of my family's history with type 2 diabetes being very uncontrolled and having so many side effects from it. So I think that's an important health goal for myself. So going into this next year, I want to focus more on a healthy version of keto, which I've told you I have not been doing that the last few months. I just want to get back into that weight loss mode, which healthy keto helps with that. If you are curious as to what healthy keto is and why it's called healthy keto, check this video out in the cards above. Anyways, so focus on healthy keto and intermittent fasting. I don't know. It's a little confusing. So am I technically fasting if I have a bulletproof coffee in the morning? Yes and no, because technically the fat breaks your fast, but then technically fat has the least amount of effect on your insulin and your blood sugar. So you still could get the benefits of fasting, I think. I don't know. But in the next year, I really, really want to try to focus on doing the 18-6, so 18 hours fasted, 6-hour eating window. And I know that there are so many benefits to that. I coach people on doing the 18-6 all the time. I know that doing fasting is fantastic, especially for those of us who are insulin resistant and pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic, the less amount of meals you eat in a day, not the less amount of food you eat in a day, the less amount of meals you eat in a day are very good for stabilizing blood sugar and insulin. I'm not your doctor, but it's good. So I do want to incorporate more intermittent fasting. Yeah. Okay, so here's our goals. Weight loss goal, lose about another 10 to 15 pounds, depending on how much I gained the last couple months, guys. Depending. Hopefully it's not a lot because I really haven't gone off the rails that much. But anyways, incorporating more home exercising, monitoring my glucose. I should put ketones too. I mean, I'm not going to like do my ketones weekly or even like I'll probably do a monthly maybe just to spot check myself. And then focusing on healthy keto and intermittent fasting. I think those are very good goals. Those are very broad, nice, open goals. And they seem attainable for me. That is the goal here, is to make goals that are attainable for you. And they aren't too scary. They're not too daunting. Yes, I think this is good. And I am excited to start a new year and not necessarily even starting fresh. Like, I didn't do anything that I regret. I gave myself grace these last 2-3 months, and yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the control that I have shown myself that I have, that I had no idea I had. The old Libby would have probably taken this last 3 months of grace as, cool, eat whatever you want to. Stuff your face full until the beginning of the year, and then you're going to restart all over. So I am proud of myself, and I am very excited to focus on these goals. You guys are here to help me stay accountable. Please help me stay accountable. Be like, hey, Libby, weren't you focusing more on intermittent fasting? What are you doing with that right there? Or, hey, weren't you going to monitor your glucose? You haven't told us about your glucose in a while. How's that looking? Thanks, guys. You got me. You got me. And I got you. I need to go because I'm getting rambly, and the Lord even knows why. Who knows? Who even knows? So happy Vlogmas Day 20. We have 4 more days, and I have a few things planned that I'm super excited to talk to you guys about and show you. And then I will not be back with another video after the 4 days until January 4th, I believe. Whatever the first Tuesday in January is. And yeah, but we still have another 4 days of Vlogmas, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to go, or else I'm just going to keep rambling on and on about nothing, and I have nothing else to talk to you about because we did everything I wanted to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.